Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DnA podcast. I am your host, Dev, and
King Angel, you know what it is.
welcome back. So, started off back at the last episode, man. We had so much shit to talk about. What can we reflect back on that, man? What can we?
I think So there's a couple things we have to mention. One, we are not in my car because it's super hot where we are, and we decided to do it out in nature. I took Dev to this nice spot. There's this waterfall playing in the back. Don't know if you guys can hear it.
You can possibly hear the background a little bit.
Possibly, you can hear the water splashing. We got a nice little stream behind us. It's beautiful as fuck. Another thing to note, this is sort of going to be my episode because the podcast was originally Dev's idea. Dev thought it was all right for me to take charge of this episode and kind of just...
Because we're going by like one episode from... I go one, then he goes a second, then it's like we're going back and forth on one.
Yeah, so since it was Dev's idea, out of respect, Dev gets to choose what the first episode was talked about. So now that this is the second episode, I'm going to take charge of it. First and foremost, the first thing I want to get into is cars inspections. I just got my car inspected. I'm fucking tight. I'm going to say this shit. I don't know if it's because I'm high. I probably am. But I took my car to get inspected, right? Now, we're in September. My car's due for inspection. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go. My car is more or less legal enough, you know. So I go, I'm like, I'm here to get my car inspected. And the guy's like, okay, my friend, okay. I don't know what it is, but I feel like everyone who does like car inspections is either Hispanic or Middle Eastern. I don't know why, but it just is, okay? Let me rock. So I go, apparently he's Lebanese, till my dad told me. So I go in, I pay the $35 to get my car inspected, and it comes back with a red R. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
So where we're at, when a car gets rejected, you have two forms of rejection. You either have the black R or the red R. The black R means it's still drivable. You just got like some minor shit to deal with. But if you got the red R, your shit is... Look at the fucking feds. Look at the fucking feds. You know some shit. Fucking feds behind us and shit. Look at this. That's some bullshit.
No, that
weed is legal here. God damn it.
That we could cut out.
Yeah. So anyways, there's two forms of rejection, right? With the red R, you cannot drive your car. So until you fix it, your car is technically not legal. So I got the red R. So I go up to him and I ask him, like, why did my car get rejected? And he goes, oh, my friend. They always say my friend. Bitch, I'm not your friend. Don't call me your friend. Fuck you. You rejected my car, you piece of shit. So he's like, my friend, it got rejected. Your tint's too dark. And you got a leak in your muffler. I said, where the fuck is my muffler, bitch? Because I know what my exhaust is. What the fuck is a muffler? He goes, it's right in the middle, my friend. If you take it to your mechanic, if you need one, you get one free retest. If you fail the retest, your registration is suspended. That's another thing I don't fucking like. What the fuck is a registration? You already know that the car is titled in my name. Why the fuck do I have to register it? Isn't the title of the registration? God damn it. I don't fucking get it. Like what is it?
I don't know either, but getting your registration done, I don't know why you gotta own that fucking car. Plus, you're throwing on more and more money on top of that. Just like saying, oh, you're getting police, you're getting your taxes, you're getting everything all on that car, even though it's not really probably going to them. It's probably going to like the people are actually paying for that shit.
I don't like that because why is it that I have to title my car? Which means, yeah, I know who owns it. But then I also have to register my car, which means I'm just proving that I own it twice. And then I gotta insure it, which is fine. But the thing I don't like about insurance is because insurance is not for you. It's for the other person. Because insurance doesn't cover my ass if I fuck someone's car up. It covers the cost of the other person's car if I fuck their car up. And if the person hits me and they don't have insurance, guess whose fucking pocket is coming out of?
Yours.
Mine. Why? I don't fucking get... This shit pisses me off. So anyways, right? I go to my mechanic. Some Hispanic dude. And I tell him, I was like, yo, I got my car inspected, but my inspection was rejected because apparently I got a hole in my muffler. I already took care of the tints, and my dad does tints. He took them off, right? I go to my mechanic. He's like, all right, cool. Puts my car on the lift. Instantly gets a fucking ball saw out. Instantly. Chops off a piece of pipe. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Now, we have a problem of people out here stealing catalytic converters. So I told him, like, yo, son, if you're thinking about stealing my catalytic converter, we're going to have some problems. And he goes, nah, papi, relax. I got you. Te lo voy a arreglar. I'm going to fix it for you. Chops off a piece of pipe, welds the bitch, and he goes, there you go, $100 out my pocket. I'm like, motherfucker, you only put a piece of pipe in my shit and welded it. Why the fuck is it $100? And you know what he goes? You know what he says to me? That piece of shit. He goes, metal's expensive. Fuck you. You already had the metal, which means you paid for it, bitch. Don't charge me for the metal, charge me for the work. He did all of 5 minutes of work and made $100 off of my dumb ass. Ain't that some bullshit?
For real, bro. Just for one little piece.
Like I get it. You've been doing this for years. But I understand it. It's like you went to school for it. You studied it. You've been doing this for years.
No, I feel like some of them didn't go to school for it.
No, 100%. Not all of them did. They probably just, it was like their first job and they stuck it.
Yeah,
they stuck with
like
it.
I guess when you first do that job, I guess you first get tested if you're not actually physical or actually know all of it about auto mechanic.
I mean, the guy did a stellar job. My car did pass inspection though, so I'm glad I got that shit resolved. But my car is naked now, so I feel like I'm in a fishbowl, and it's like
it's hideous.
It's fucking atrocious to look at. I don't even want to drive the bitch.
No, I mean the car's nice. The car is fucking nice, but the windows, man, no, I can't.
Talking about my car, I have a sound system in my car, and I let Dev pick the music. Dev puts on the most bass-heavy, menacing fucking song I've ever heard in my life. I've never been more disgusted yet proud of someone's music taste ever in my life. Dev, let them know what you put on.
I put on Skits Craven. Oh fuck, I forgot the name of the song called, but the dude's name is Skits Craven. He has some hella music. Check it out.
So Dev puts that fucking song on, and this man says the most abominable, disgusting, menacing things about women and the world, and I'm here for it, honestly. Not what I expected from a guy like Dev, because if you look at Dev,
I feel like you say, yeah, I listen to different music beyond that, but
I mean, when I first look at Dev, you would assume he listens to like
innocent music,
a lot of like lo-fi, like slow R&B jams, or like immensely heavy death metal rock. That's what the vibe that I get from you. Dev puts on this fucking West Coast ass beat on, and I'm like, okay, this is what you're doing. So Dev puts it on. This motherfucker's he's going and going and going and going. I'm like, and just when I thought the song was about to end, the motherfucker comes right back and he goes at it again. And fair play to him. I mean,
he has his wordplay, bro. He keeps continuing.
That wordplay was fucking crazy. Like, never in my life have I heard like rhymes like that, and I hope I never do again, because if I do, I'm probably gonna jump off a ridge and kill myself.
It's better. It's better than listening to mainstream, bro. It's better going to underground, because you know some.
Is he an underground rapper?
Yeah, yeah, he's an underground rapper. Some underground rappers actually do, much better.
How underground is he though? Is he like? Is he signed to a label? Like, is he only on like one platform?
I think he's to himself. I think he's to himself. I think he's his own label, because I don't think he would sign with an industry.
I'm gonna ask you this now. Is he on SoundCloud?
Yeah, he is SoundCloud, Apple Music.
He's on Apple Music? That's how you know somebody made it, if they're on Apple Music, because it's very difficult to put your music on Apple Music.
Yeah, I have my music on Apple Music, but I fucking took down my music because it's still on there. I just don't know how to take it off from Spotify and Apple Music. I took off my other music that I had on SoundCloud and YouTube, because I had a lot of shit going on though, so I ended up taking it off.
Yeah, you used to make music, actually. I forgot about that. What caused you to quit?
Reason. I have reasons. Because
Okay, fair
fucking-
enough. Here on this podcast, we don't like to ask questions. If you're not comfortable with the question, you don't have to answer it. Yeah. Don't mind my awkward pause. Dev, cut this shit out. Oh, yeah.
Reasons, yes, because
Reasons.
yes, reasons because I had a lot of things, personal things going on in life, and that's the reason why I stopped making music for a reason. I was going to continue. I had unreleased music that I was going to put out, but I left that all behind me because I thought that wasn't me. Because I know it made me get to 1K subscribers. I knew it. I was actually pushing myself to get my music out there. That's probably why I was pushing myself, hustling on it. But I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't me. It wasn't my art. So I ended up switching my thing. So I feel like this is more comfortable for me because I could actually be one-on-one and talk. Because literally trying to rhyme something with the way how I feel, it just doesn't go well with me. It doesn't fit well. like all of these people that I know that I listen to feel like they only do sad music for some reason. But
Sad music be hitting, though.
yeah, some sad music be hitting, but I don't feel like being in my feels. I feel like actually being happy and be somewhere on an adventure music.
I just want to let this be known. No, leave it alone. There's a yellow ladybug on me. Ladybugs are good luck. You see how it flew away? Ladybugs are good luck. That means I got good fortune coming to me. Now, since this is really my episode, I got to pick the topics. So I got a couple of topics here. The first topic that I got here is like where I grew up. So where I grew up, I like to say I call it the ghetto, because the ghetto is a little nicer than the hood. Because in the ghetto, you only have to worry about someone getting shot once a week. But in the hood, you gotta get worried about someone getting shot every day. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we was doing a little bit better in life. Like, we were still Section 8, but like, it was like Section 7. You know, like we was doing okay. I mean, some months we didn't have nothing to eat, but some months we did. Like, you know, like if I couldn't get a meal someplace, I got it somewhere else. So I feel like where I grew up was the ghetto. Now,
so you lived rough. You lived rough.
I did live rough, but not as rough as others. Like, I will say I did have some advantages. Like, I did have a big family that helped me. I know a lot of people don't, because a lot of people are like just like a single family. Mm-hmm. But like, I always had family around me, so I feel like that's an advantage that I had against other people. Because you might have like an aunt or uncle like 20 minutes away, but when I tell you my family, we all live within a 5-minute distance of each other. We all live within a 5-minute distance of each other. And whenever one of us move, we all move. Like, I remember we lived on a house on this street, but my grandma lived down like 5 houses. And then my grandma moved to like the other side of the city. And we left our house and moved in with our grandma the next day because my mom couldn't find a house to move near her. Mm-hmm. She said, fuck it, we're living with our grandma. I say, goddamn. So it's like, I guess you could say like we had a strong strength of family. Not now though, because fuck them. Not my grandma though. I love my grandma. But like my mahans, mm-hmm. Nah.
It's a whole different story.
That's a story for another time. That might be episode 3. That might be episode 3. Yeah. That might be episode 3. A little bit. I haven't actually opened up about like my relationships, but like I don't want to get into like my relationships until like 3, 4 more episodes. But definitely, I know you grew up on the west coast of the U.S. Mm-hmm. I grew up on the east coast, so I want to know how different was it growing up on the west coast compared to how life is now, because you're in your 20s now.
Yes.
So how is life in your 20s on the east coast compared to your childhood on the west coast?
Bro, there's times I had it rough, there's times I had it easy. I don't know how I could say it was a balance between it.
Ooh, I did want to ask you, did you grow up on a reservation or did you grow up like in a normal town?
I think it was a reservation first. Then we lived in like a little town called Gallup, and I've been there for like a good like 7, 8, when I was 7 or 8 or 9 years old, and then we moved back out where my grandma's land is at, in the reservation area where it's actually ruins. So it's nothing. There's a lot of things that you can do out there. It's like, oh my god, it's beautiful, bro.
I assume that it's beautiful because it's not as industrial on the reservations compared to like cities. So I want to know what's like the biggest or main difference between a reservation and like a city like the one that we live in.
So basically, just take out all the buildings, take out all the cars, take out every planes, trains, everything that's fucking loud. Just put yourself out in like the trees. Just put yourself out in the forest and just enjoy nothing but quiet and peace. And at night, you will get a whole lot of life in the stars of what you see. You get to see the Milky Way from where I'm from and how dark it is once it gets there. It's beyond perfect, man. But that's the thing I like about New Mexico. It's just the mountains, the views, the sceneries, the food, and everything. But my life there, I got so much to say from elementary, middle school, and high school. So elementary kind of made it rough. It was too bad. Not that bad, really. I kind of liked elementary. First grade, kind of did awful. Got held back that grade. I would have graduated in 2018. Just to let you guys know. Yeah, I would have graduated in 18, but it was my reading thing or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but I got held back for that. Second grade, I don't know what I did my second grade, but I did something my second grade. My third grade teacher, I had so much fun. So much fun. I really loved my third grade teacher. Actually, I loved some of my elementary teachers, actually, because they were really nice and actually helped me out through the whole thing.
So, did you have... Because me specifically, I grew up in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. We don't live in either of those states, so you can't dox us no more. But we did reveal we live in the northeastern United States, just not Pennsylvania, because I used to live there, not anymore. So, so I grew up in Pennsylvania, and people think that Pennsylvania, we call it PA, and people think that PA is like Amish country. I lived in East PA. Amish country is West PA and Central PA. Like, to get to the other side of PA from where I live, it would take you 6 hours.
Oh my God.
Like, that's how big PA is.
That's literally how it took from Phoenix to get here. 6 hours from a flight.
Yeah, exactly. And the time it takes to fly from Phoenix, Arizona to the state we live in, that's how much you gotta drive to fucking Westside PA. Now, obviously, growing up in that school system was, it tried to do the best with what it had, because we were very, very, very underfunded, to the point where like our elective classes that we had in elementary school, like except for gym class, each teacher, so like say like art teachers and like music teachers, all they had was like a cart. That's all they had. They didn't have like an actual classroom. So for like an allotted time, for like 30 minutes, they would come in with a cart and they'll have like handouts and whatever like equipment they had. So like the art teacher like gave us like coloring books and stuff like that, and like construction paper. Our music teacher had like very simple instruments, but it was the best fucking thing in the world. Mrs. Booth, if you're out there, I still love you. Please find me. I miss you. Mrs. Booth was my music teacher that I had growing up, and she's who inspired my love for music. So because of her, I did choir from 4th grade all the way to like beginning of high school, because there was this one music teacher that really fucked it up for me.
Oh, I do got something to say about mid-school and high school years. So
I got some stories, but let me finish this, because this is really important to who I became as a person. So this teacher had Mrs. Booth. She had previously taught my older brother. So she knew who I was because of my older brother, because all of my siblings were all strategically 3 years apart. So she taught my entire family. She taught my older brother, me, one of my younger sisters. The other one doesn't live in PA. And she taught my younger brother. So she knows the entire family. Like, she's gone to our house. She's taken us on trips, like music trips and field trips that were like only designed for us. Like, she was really a part of the family. So when I first met her, we did like some songs, and she came up to me. She's like, "You have like really good talent. You ever think about joining the chorus?" I said no, but she like eventually convinced me because my older brother was in the chorus, and every single one of us besides my younger brother did chorus because of her. And in doing so, she kind of set me up, because in doing chorus, she was like, "You ever think about doing an instrument?" I was like, "No." And she goes, "You should try an instrument." So I guess we didn't have enough students for the orchestra, so we couldn't like afford like the field trips until we had one more student, and I was the last student. I originally wanted to be in the band, because something about just carrying a big hunk of fuck you semi Future Dev, I'm gonna talk to you right now. Future Dev, there's a truck that just passed us. I'm here with present Dev, or I guess your past Dev. I'm gonna need you to cut it out, please, and then I'll go back to the story. So I'm gonna just like keep bullshitting. Okay, cool. Present Dev just told me to fuck off. So she had convinced me to do chorus and pick up an instrument. And I guess I was musically inclined, because I ended up doing this thing called All City, which is a program where we grab kids from different schools all over the city and allow them to perform together. So she really shaped my taste in music, and like she helped me, really open myself, because I was a shy ass kid. So eventually she did get a classroom, because we got a bit more funding. We had someone donate like I think $2 million to the school system. So like we were able to get computers and stuff like that. Not like other school districts. I know other schools, they were able to have like a laptop to take home. This was all like a while
Oh my god,
ago.
my schools would never do that, bro. My schools would never do that. They had laptops, they had books, but for being in New Mexico, they said our learning percentage was like 40 or 47 or 46 out of the state. Our district learning. And damn, that is like way down there. Like, I don't know how the fuck they teach that. We still got through it.
How were you in middle school? You have anything to say about your experience in middle school?
Oh, 6th grade. I got expelled.
You got expelled in the 6th grade?
Well, I will not talk about that. Let's just say after the half of the year I did still go back to school, but it was half a day, but I still got finished. I finished.
You finished 6th grade even though you were expelled?
Yeah,
Fucking wonder they held you back.
Yeah. No, not that one.
That was a different experience.
This one's different.
God damn it.
They still put me at the 7th grade because I actually finished 6th grade still.
You finished 6th grade on a technicality.
Yeah, I got expelled, but I got put into a different school because I wanted to finish it, and so they did that. They put me at a different school called Central, which I'm not gonna explain on that because that's a lot of shit going on.
Did you go to school on a reservation, or did you go to like public or private school?
It's a reservation still. It's like about like 20 minutes from my school where I got expelled from. It's just a different school for the people that don't want to learn or got in trouble.
Fuck off, coppers! Alright, go ahead.
So basically,
they're looking for Dev because Dev got like 3 pounds of weed in his back pocket.
No, I don't think that's enough, man. That's just barely.
You don't think 3 pounds of weed is enough for you?
No, I think
3 pounds?
I need 10 grams. I need
you know how much
10 ounces. I need a whole pound. I need a whole 10 grams.
I said 3 pounds. 3 pounds is like 64.
I need 3 tons.
Because there's 16 ounces in a pound. Right? 16, 32. So it's like 45.
Ton. I need tons. It's not gonna satisfy. I get sad when I don't have anything. Motherfucker.
There's a goddamn. Oh yeah, there's an ambulance. Well, I see ambulance for the firefighters near here.
Go save the life, man.
Go save them lives. Go save that grandma.
I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but I gotta go save someone. Yeah, whoever.
We probably shouldn't laugh.
But yes, that school is basically for like people who got in trouble, who don't want to listen or did shit that got themselves in that situation. So
we had a school like that was called City Light, where if you were like fucking up in school, that's where you would go. Like, you would have to stay there till 5. Like you would stay there. You would go to the regular school from 8 to 3, and then they would take you on a bus and take you to like the City Light building, where like you would receive like therapy, and like you would get like a workout as well, and then help with your homework, and you would have to stay there till 5, and a lot of it was court ordered.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you were really bottom of the barrel if you went to City Light, but they also offered like a free program where it was just to help with the homework. But yeah, City Light was where you went if you were like bottom, damn near about to go to fucking juvie. That's where like people went. Eventually they shut it down because the city ain't have no
I
funding.
guess it's similar to that. I guess it's similar to what you were trying to.
The City Light. As for my middle school experience, I was a little asshole. I was a dick. I mean, I was shy at first, but like if I got comfortable with you, best believe I was the biggest fucking menace to the goddamn playground.
Oh, your middle school had a playground?
We had a playground because
we had a basketball court.
No. Like we had a gym with a basketball court, yeah, but we didn't have no fucking football field. I never seen like an actual football field till I went to high school. So like if you did like soccer or football, like you would practice at the middle schools, at the other middle schools, because there was one middle school in the city that had like some type of field.
Fucking field.
Just some type of field that wasn't the high school, because we only had 2 fields. Well, we had 3. It was the local college, the high school, and one of the middle schools. That was it. Only 3 fields in the whole city. And then that was it. So in middle school, right, I think I got maybe fucking 1 story from middle school. So where we lived at the time, I don't know if you remember, it was a few years ago where we just had constant like feet of snow for like a good week and a half.
Oh my god.
There was like 2-3 feet of snow, and I didn't have a coat. I had 2 sweaters. And
that's what I'd rock through the whole winter too. 2 sweaters.
I rocked 2 sweaters. That was it. And it wasn't even like fleece line sweaters. It was just normal sweaters. I guess I shouldn't say sweaters. I guess I should say hoodies. They were hoodies. Just 2 hoodies. I had a pullover hoodie that I put on first, and then a zip-up hoodie that I put on after, because the zip-up hoodie was easier to put on. So
well, I don't know how the way I styled myself. I had a hoodie, then I had a flannel on top, and fuck, I don't know how I made that style.
That's still the style, though.
Yeah.
The hoodie with the flannel, I still do that in the wintertime. Like, and a lot of the time, if you see me with a hoodie on, I don't have a shirt on underneath. I'm like a girl, because like I'm a bigger dude, I guess you could say, because I'm thicker in places that like guys usually aren't thicker in. And so I like sweat easily, and so I would like wear like a tank top. Like I wouldn't be like bare bones, chest naked underneath the hoodie like females are during the wintertime. I guarantee you, if you ask any female in the wintertime, if they're wearing like a hoodie, they're like, yo, you got a shirt on underneath? Nah, it's either they free in the nipple or they got a bra on. Guaranteed.
Yep.
So it was
or
just
those little pads.
ain't get no girl wearing no damn nipple covers underneath the hoodie. So it was back when it was snowing for that week and a half, and hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Nah, I'm not answering. I don't really give a shit. So it was back when it was snowing for that week and a half, right? And I had these 2 sweaters, no gloves, and I probably had like khakis and a pair of Vans on, cause my school said, yeah, we having school.
Oh my god.
They canceled all the buses. The city didn't like hire no company to plow the streets. No car is moving. My mom didn't even go to work, but we had to go to school. And my mom was like, y'all got school, y'all going to fucking school. Because she was tired of our shit. So it was me hustling through this fucking snow. Thankfully, like where we live, we always live strategically in between like the school, a bodega, and a laundromat. So the school was only like a 5-minute walk. But damn it, if that walk wasn't 45 minutes, because I'm like 13.
I can't believe, bro. That's sick. That's the same how you explained it to me too. It's like how our route went.
Like I'm probably like 4 feet at this time, and the snow's 3 feet high. So I'm damn near swimming in this fucking snow, trying to go to school. And then you want to know the most fucked up part about it? They canceled school halfway through the goddamn day.
Oh, I fucking had that too.
Yo, they fucking canceled school halfway through the day. So like I don't know if they did like 2-hour delays in your school district where like you go in 2 hours late? So instead of like going in at 8, you would go in at like 10.
Yeah, they did that to me too.
So we go in on a 2-hour delay, right? At least they give us some type of like slack. So we're going, right? It's probably like 11, and they said, yeah, everybody leaving at 12. Why the fuck am I here? Why did you make me walk through 3 feet of snow for 45 minutes? I just got to the school. I'm only here an hour, and you're telling me we leave in another 30 minutes? Fuck you. So like what they did was they were forced that if the school was open, they had to serve us lunch. Yeah, so like that was a rule that we had in the school district. If like no matter what, if school's going on that day, the school has to like serve the lunch because the lunches were made at our high school. We didn't order it from anywhere else. Like all the ingredients for like, I'm talking elementary schools and all the middle schools, we had one high school. That was it for the whole city. And so the high school would make all of the school lunches and then send them on trucks to go be distributed throughout the school. And since the high school had school, like they
all the lunches
were gonna go bad, so they were forced to give us lunch. So literally the rest of the hour was just for like the next 20 minutes, you would go in and grab your lunch, and we would have to eat our lunch in the classroom. Like we didn't even eat it in the lunchroom because they were trying to get us all the fuck out.
I remember that happened to me in elementary too. Is you grabbed your lunch and actually going back to the classroom and actually eating your lunch there. Well, during like after like the afternoon time when you actually have your lunch, that's when you could actually eat in the cafeteria time. But elementary year was pretty fun. Middle school, holy shit, man. I don't know what to say about that, but 7th grade, can't believe I got through that. 8th grade, kind of happy I got through that too. But shout out to those teachers, man. They were really talkative and really helped me out. And dude, there was one, I guess, secretary or one, I don't know, I would say she's my second mom, okay? But she basically was I went to school from elementary to mid school to high school, and she was going through all those schools from the same class, like all of my classmates from that school year. She grew up with all of them. But do you remember the Las Vegas shooting?
Yes.
She was killed in there.
Fuck.
Yeah, and that was really heartbroken at our school too, and they had like a little thing on the news that happened when we said all that. But
did y'all hold like some sort of memorial?
Yeah, we did, bro. They did. I really wanted to go to the burial site, but no, I didn't get to go. But I was crying. That's all I could say. She was like a second mom. Grew up with us from when I was a little taller, teenage, and now I'm like, oh, okay. Now she was the one that actually inspired me to get through actually high school, because every time I got in trouble, bro, she would always talk to me and she's like, you need to do better. And like, oh, dude, the way she inspired me, and I kind of followed on that after high school year when I got in there, because once freshman year, I took one suspension, and after that, I learned from that, and I never got in trouble since, and I took it seriously.
Yeah, but you were expelled before you got suspended.
This was middle school year, though, but...
Oh, okay.
High school, I'm talking about high school now, but I only got suspended once in high school, and that was it. Or I think twice my senior year, but that was no difference for that one, but yeah. But, let's talk about high school year now.
Fuck me, man. God damn, I got shit to talk about from my high school. Oh my God, okay. So I graduated in 2020, which means we graduated at the height of COVID.
Wait, so you graduated in 2020? I'm in 19.
Yeah, so Dev graduated the last normal school year as of now. It's 2022. So it's 2022. Dev had the last normal high school graduation. Like, he went to the arena, he walked the stage, grabbed the diploma, and, you know, he got the whole shebang.
Let me say, it was phenomenal, bro. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm sorry, but
you.
I'm sorry for the rest of every year that happened, that went through all that shit. I'm kind of sorry, but it was kind of actually better because you get to see everybody.
It is nice. I never got to experience it, and I think like I could collectively speak for all of 2020 graduates. We're still salty.
I think the last one I got to see was just 2021. That was with an ex, but let's not go on more on that.
So we graduated at the height of COVID. So when we graduated, we didn't graduate at the arena. So there's a nearby arena where we hold the graduation ceremony, and everyone sits together. You can see all of your classmates, and everybody will walk the stage and shit. That didn't happen for us. We graduated at our high school, so we went to the gym. This is where they held it. They had a small stage, and they had a piece of paper.
Did they do it virtually?
No, actually. So, because at that point in time, COVID restrictions were a little bit more like alleviated. So like, we were only allowed to bring 5 people. So, and the 5 people, the graduate was included in that. So it could only be me and 4 other people. So I took my mom, my mom's friend, my girlfriend, and I think my sister, and me included. So that was like our 5. So the way it would work, we walked through the gym door. They would take our temperature. If our temperature was above like average human temperature, we weren't allowed to walk. So they took our temperature, everyone has to pass, by the way.
Really?
Everyone has to pass. So if like one person, or their temperature is too high, we couldn't walk. Yeah. So we got our temperature taken. We walked through like a little hallway that leads to like the gym. And then there's like this wall that has a logo of the school. You can take pictures there and stuff. Like some of your teachers were there that you could see. And we go in, the principal's there. And the principal explains it to you. So the way he explained it to me is like, they're going to call your name. You're going to walk up. You're going to grab this piece of paper. And you're going to turn to the camera, smile. They're going to take your picture. You flip your tassel. And you get the fuck out. That was it. Right? So I did that. The best thing about this was that they recorded it. So my graduation is actually on YouTube.
You know what? During my graduation, I never really got to pull out my phone. I was just watching through the whole thing for some reason. I wanted to record my experience, but I think I have videos. I'm not too sure. I have pictures. I know I have pictures of it, but all I can say is my graduation year and my class, it was pretty fun that I got to meet them too, because what a hell of a year we had, man. What a hell of a year. Shout out to those friends I made in high school, man. Shout out to them, man. Every day there was always one spot that we went to at some class called CCTE. So this is like a college, or a mid-college class, I guess you would say. And you're taking a college course, but you're still in high school. So I was taking an automotive class, and damn, we had hell of fun in there. We were learning so much things, but I don't feel like none of us were doing that work. But the instructor, man, shout out to that dude, bro. He's pretty chill, but he's pretty cool. But that class was pretty fun. I could enjoy that. I met some different friends from different schools that went there, because that's how it is. Once you take a college course, you get from different students from different schools. Yeah, it was pretty cool meeting those people there.
You're still friends with some of them to this day?
Some of them I don't talk to. Some of them that I worked with.
How many people from high school do you still talk to today?
My circle's kind of small now, so I got 2 that I'm really good with. They're engaged now, which I'm really happy about, because I was the one that actually got them to meet.
I have a story that's similar to that, but we're gonna finish up this school talk, because I have to explain this other thing. So I'm gonna finish explaining the graduation. So we walked, right? Your graduation is recorded. You would walk off the stage, and then you would pick up your diploma right there. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if some spots is different. I don't know if like yours got mailed to you, because I know some schools like around where I live, your diploma got mailed to you. Some you had to like pay for, or
that fucking sucked.
Yeah, I know some people who like pay for them, and some you pick up right there. So mine I picked up right there. So, and with the piece of paper that I got, I opened it and it just said congrats on graduating. So I picked up my diploma. My diploma is fucking gorgeous. My diploma's beautiful.
That's what I can say about my diploma too. It's fucking gorgeous as well, man. Well, the way how we got it, we walk on the stage, it's already given to you, or you get the plaque first. So
You get a plaque?
You get the plaque first.
I don't have a plaque. I have a piece of paper in like a leather case.
Yeah, like not a plaque. I'm not a plaque.
Plaque is made of metal.
Not that. Oh shit. That hard case or whatever that
The
you had.
leather. You got the leather case?
Yeah, I got the leather case. It was a purple case.
Mine is black.
Yours is black.
Mine's
oh, yeah.
black. Our school colors were red and black.
Our school colors was purple.
Our like high
Purple
school.
and white or gray? I don't.
Our
remember.
high school's rival was white and gold. Their fucking diplomas were so fucking gorgeous. I was super jealous.
Damn.
Yeah, their diplomas were fucking beautiful.
There was. I don't know how Gallup High School's diploma was.
Oh, so you dropping high school names?
Yeah, I'm dropping high school names. So my high school was Maya Mira. So basically, our school colors were purple and their school color was orange. So basically, it was just like a rival time. Every time it was football, basketball, every time.
Oh yeah.
Every show.
Oh yeah. Like for us, our school specifically, for every sport, the last game of the season would be against the rival. So our rival school was called Muhlenberg. So Muhlenberg was white and gold, but their mascot was a mule. They were the Muhlenberg Mules.
Gallup was Gallup was a Bengal, and Maya Mira, I guess that they were Patriots. I don't know what kind of Patriot.
My elementary school. So I'm gonna tell you all the mascots. My elementary school's mascot was a Patriot.
Oh yeah,
it was.
I got to talk.
My middle school's was a tornado, and then my high school was a knight.
Oh.
So I grew up in the historic city of Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
like
really?
you know the Reading Railroad?
Yeah.
There.
Oh.
That's where I grew up. So we were the Reading Red Knights against the Muhlenberg Mules every last game of the season. So it was nuts. Those games went crazy. Like if you didn't go to the last game of the season, you could have not went to any other game, but you were forced to go. Everyone would go to the last game of the season, especially football and basketball. Like we're more basketball oriented than football oriented, because the football team played at the college field, but the basketball team played at the high school. So it's closer to go to the high school than it is to the college field. So basketball was really like the shit at my school.
Already.
And
it was my high school was football and basketball. Basketball was mostly the ladies. Football was mostly the men, of course. Yeah. But my mascots for elementary was a roadrunner.
a roadrunner.
Yeah, a roadrunner.
Like meep meep.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh shit.
And middle school was a Viking. And my high school, yeah, like I was saying, was a Patriot.
Okay.
So they copied off the freaking New England Patriots.
That's literally what my elementary school was as well. It was like the New England Patriot. Like the motherfucker had like a fucking flag. He was dressed like Paul Revere. He had the fucking like pirate shit hat on.
Yeah.
It was the whole fucking thing.
But it was just a different color. It was just purple. That was it.
Ours was red, white, and blue. You ever do the Pledge of Allegiance in school?
Yes.
Fucking
all
hated
those
it.
years.
The Pledge of Allegiance is ingrained into like my DNA now. Like my kids are gonna be born knowing the fucking Pledge of Allegiance.
I know. Once they're like, you pick up the microphone.
You wanna do it? You wanna do it?
No.
You wanna do it? I'm gonna do it right now.
No.
No. Put your hand on your heart.
No, we can
put your hand on your heart now. Put your hand on your heart now.
We can put that in the video.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty,
liberty and justice for all. And that's the Pledge of Allegiance, goddammit. You will say that shit not proudly, because you're Native American and this is stolen land. So I will excuse you from doing that. But me, that's what I fucking grew up with, man. So
I got something to say too about Native Americans too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. For us Native Americans out there, man, holy shit, we've been through a lot. But I'm kind of glad we have that native blood, because it's kind of hard that our language is dying out. I mean, our grandparents speak it very hard and very fluent. Like they know the stuff. They
You know what's
everything.
crazy? I've always wanted to say this. You're the first Native American I've ever met. And I've seen like very few like Native Americans in my lifetime. And I've always wanted to say this to a Native American. I feel like Native Americans are the Samoans of America. Because y'all motherfuckers are strong. God damn it. Y'all motherfuckers, why y'all so strong? Like,
It's all about survival, bro.
I feel like if the world ended and there was a fight between a Native American and a Samoan, I think it's pretty even, honestly. I feel like it's pretty even. Because it's like, y'all aren't muscly like Samoans, but y'all are toned. And y'all pretty much got the same strength. I seen 2 Samoans lift up a fucking, this heavy ass leather couch like it was nothing, just threw it over their shoulder. But I've seen Native Americans do the same thing.
Nah, us Native Americans, we can put fucking logs top. Well, we
That's
make
what I'm
teepees.
saying, because
We
y'all
have teepees.
because y'all grew up fairly the same. Like y'all both grew up with nature, and I know y'all cultures are very like involved in nature and like the animal kingdom. So like I feel like because y'all have that connection to the planet more than like I guess you could say like an American like me. American is just my nationality. I am Puerto Rican and Dominican. I don't associate with America unless it's convenient.
That's all I can say is if something breaks out and something happens, I know some Native Americans will survive because we know survival.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all are the most fit for survival. That and like crazy ass white people. You ever seen like a crazy ass white person? And it's always like the white people that like have no shirt on with cigarettes in their mouth. Them motherfuckers are strong. But we're digressing from high school and our school career. So I'm gonna explain something that's like super fucking nuts. So the way my school system worked, kindergarten through 4th grade was considered kindergarten through 5th grade was considered elementary school.
Yeah, that's how it was for me, kindergarten to 5th.
And then 6th grade, we went to this thing called a gateway school, where there were 4 schools scattered throughout the city, which were like more specialized in doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to do something like that was creative, there's a school for that. If you wanted to do something that was like technical, like mechanics or engineering, there's a specific school for that. But it was only open for 2 years and then it shut down, so I never got to go to it. So for me, I went from kindergarten to 5th grade at elementary school. From 6th grade to 7th grade was considered middle school. And then 8th grade and freshman year was considered intermediate high school.
What the hell?
So there was this building that used to be a hospital. My sister was actually born in it, and they converted it to a school because we had so many students. But because there was so much fighting...
Just think about that, bro. Like, since it was a hospital...
Don't. I know what you're going to ask. Yes, it was haunted. Yes, there were babies born there.
All right.
Yes, surgeries took place.
Alrighty, so let's get that out of the way.
So we went to the intermediate high school. The intermediate high school had 2 names. The official name for it was Reading Intermediate High School, which overlooked our local park. But the name that was given to it by us locals was the Citadel. I don't know where the Citadel came from, but for all intents and purposes, the school was referred to as the Citadel. Like even some teachers referred to it as the Citadel, but it was officially named the Reading Intermediate High School. But then they eventually changed it to Central Middle School. I'm gonna explain that in a second. So after I finished my freshman year at the Citadel, I went up to the official high school. So I only went to like actual high school for 3 years. So as a junior in high school is when they officially moved freshmen back into the high school, because we had more students than ever before. So they revamped our school system, so now it's normal. So elementary school was kindergarten through 4th grade, middle school was 5th through 8th grade, and all the high schoolers are together. So on top of that, when you got to high school, you had the option of going to CTC, formerly known as Votech. So now it's known as the Career and Technology Center, which was actually a collaboration between our school district and our school rival Muhlenberg. So students from both schools got to choose whether they went in the morning or in the afternoon. So you would have a half a day at your school, and the other half a day you would spend it at the CTC. And the CTC was like the gateway school, but more involved. And for some shops, you actually had to pay for it. So there was cosmetology, baking, and a bunch of other shit that I can't remember.
That's how it was that's the way you were talking about, CCTE for me as well from the high school. But we didn't have to pay for our stuff, though. Ours was just like, oh, we got to learn that, we got to do that. I took the auto mechanics because I really wanted to learn more about vehicles so I can actually get myself.
Well, you have to remember, my school district was poor, so we had, granted, it wasn't for every shop. So I think the only thing you had to pay for was like the uniform and like any specific thing that like you would need. So I know for cosmetology, you would have to buy like an apron, like some wigs, like, clippers or scissors and stuff like that. For the mechanic shop, I know you had to buy like overalls or like some sort of shop uniform and like steel toe boots and like a simple set of like wrenches and sockets and stuff like that. The baking, like the cooking shop, was surprisingly the most expensive because you had to like buy the uniform. The uniform in and of itself is like the most expensive thing. It costs like $200. Yeah.
What the fuck?
So, man? Yeah, you had to buy like a bunch of shit and it was fucking crazy. So, you had the option to go to CTC. And if not, you just went to regular high school. But I always say this, I had the weirdest high school experience. One, because I didn't get to finish technically. And second, I was borderline finna drop out. And they sent me to college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, my sophomore year in high school, I damn near dropped out because my grades were so atrocious because I just skipped school.
Really?
I left school like the last 2 hours to go buy McDonald's every day with my friend Merlin. Shout out Merlin. So like that year I was going down a dark path, man. I was borderline about to fail. But then eventually like I pulled myself back together. So for high school, if you were like failing high school, you would get sent to like RKAA, which is like the technical term is Red Knight Accelerated Academy, but we call it the dropout school, or Rakaka. And so you would go there if like you were failing. Thankfully, my grades were like somewhat okay that I could stay at the high school, but they threatened me with going to that school. And I was like, fuck, if I go to that school, that means I'm really fucking up. So I gotta get my shit together. And I didn't want my mom to beat my ass.
I remember that happened with me with the same lady I was talking to you about the Las Vegas shooting. She was doing the same thing with me too because I kept getting in trouble in middle school. So in my 8th grade year, oh my God, I was on the brick, like thin hair of going to a different school. I was going to like a Gallup mid school. I was about to go there, but the principal gave me another chance because he was cool with me for some reason.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the principal was pretty cool. I got to grow with him as well from middle school I guess all the way from high school as well, all the way to then. I don't know about now. I think he's at a different school or he probably retired or something.
But for my school, right, I finished my sophomore year because that was the year that I was fucking up. Junior year, I think, was like top tier because the year before I had met my favorite teacher that I've ever had. Her name is Mrs. Kaylee Dietrich. Shout out Mrs. Kaylee Dietrich. She was my high school teacher, and then eventually she left the school district and is now a middle school teacher because she just got no respect from the high schoolers. So I got kicked out by my friend group, and my friend group all sat at lunch together. So instead of going to lunch, I went to her classroom. And so like she was very intelligent, and she was surprised by my intelligence because we had very different views on like certain topics, but she liked the fact that like we were able to get our point across but still have respect for each other at the end of the day. So I guess that's why like she gravitated more towards me. And like she would tell me, like, we're actually friends on Facebook now, which is really cool.
That's very cool.
So I got to see how she's getting up to now. It was her and a geometry teacher that I had, because I had 2 math teachers at the time because I was fucking up with the standardized test for the state. So I had 2 math classes. So she was one of the math teachers, and then my other math teacher was Mrs. McGovern. Mrs. McGovern was ahead of her time, I'd like to say, because the way that she taught was in a way that was so simple and easy to understand that you don't get from a lot of teachers nowadays. A lot of teachers nowadays, they just give you this video worksheet, do it. But her, like, she took the time to actually, like, explain shit to people. And mind you, I was like a sophomore in a class full of seniors. But I was the one that understood the most in that class of seniors. So, like, I was the one tutoring seniors when they didn't understand shit. And it was in that class where I met, like, some of my friends that, like, I'm still friends with and, like, keep up with to this day. So, and Mrs. McGovern really helped me out, too. Like, Mrs. McGovern, Mrs. Boot, and Mrs. Dietrich all shaped who I was and who I am today.
Damn, shout out to the teachers that I had in high school, too.
Man, shout out teachers in general.
Yeah, shout out to all the teachers, bro. But there was my freshman year, there was one, Miss Belayan. She's a Filipino teacher.
I haven't seen much Filipinos around lately.
In my school district, we had nothing but Filipino teachers.
See, we had nothing but Latinos and black people at my school.
I wish.
Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh. Why are you laughing at black people?
No, I said I wish for that, man.
You wish for black people?
No, I want.
Oh, you know what's funny? For my school, we only had like one white person, and her name was Abby, and she got down with us. Abby Sensenig is her name. It was a German last name. God, I called her Schwarzenegger because it sounded like that. So I said Abigail Schwarzenegger. It was she got down with us for real. Like she's for the culture. I could say she's for the culture. But going back to school, like they really got down with us for real. Like shout out all those teachers. Shout out teachers in general. Like y'all really doing what y'all doing. Y'all really shaping us to be better humans for society, and y'all doing a lot for not enough pay. And I feel like y'all should be compensated for what y'all do, because I know a lot of teachers put their own money into like their school supplies, because the schools just give them bare bones money to just get their shit. And I feel like that's not fair, because for the work y'all do, it's totally not fair.
Man, they work hard for that, man. I see it every day. Even though we give them a lot of shit in school. But
Yeah.
we give them a lot of stuff, but I'm glad they fucking taught us to teach us, even though we... Man, I can't believe we gave them a lot of shit, but I'm so glad we still got to get out.
Man, I gave my teachers so much shit back in the day. Like, we weren't allowed do-rags in our school. Do-rag, for those of you that don't know, do-rag is some type of fabric that you wear on your head to like lay down your hair to get like a specific hairstyle. Whether like you have braids or like waves and you want to keep them down, you would wear a do-rag. Do-rags weren't allowed in our schools. Do-rags and hoodies weren't allowed up in our school. So like, yeah, they were on our ass about that. But,
yeah, dress code, man.
I think I only wore uniform from elementary school all the way up till 7th grade. After 7th grade, I never wore a uniform, which is funny because now they require uniforms all the way up through middle school now.
I had to wear a uniform during my high school year and middle school year.
Really? You wore uniform in high school?
Yeah. Not like actual uniform where you actually wear a damn tie and everything.
Oh, no, like you had to wear like a polo shirt and like some like dress pants. Yeah. We had the same thing.
It was like that.
Were there any colors of like the polos that y'all weren't allowed to wear?
Red, blue, like similar like gang color signs.
You weren't allowed to?
Yeah, it was like that. They were strict about that.
So we were only allowed, I think it was 4 or 5 colors. It was red, blue, white.
It was black at first and they took it off. Yeah, so it was red, blue, and black at first. They wouldn't allow us to wear those type of colors. Then, after like a couple of years went by, they finally had like a vote about it to get that shit taken off, and they finally did, and we got to wear black. And oh my god, bro! But finally, during my high school years, it was so much fun, bro. Wearing jeans, wearing something that's very comfortable. You could wear the way how I did it, I don't know how other people did it. There was one student I fucking seen, bro. He cut his collar right here to make him look like he was wearing a polo, and he was wearing a normal shirt under it. And so every time we got off at school, he would just rip that whole thing off, and it was
You're fucking joking.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, this dude didn't even... I was like, fuck, that's smart, but it's fucking dumb.
It's fucking dumb, man. Mine's probably going through like 6 shirts a week. Just...
Cutting
but, for my high school experience, right, I didn't have a problem, right? So, right before COVID, it was my senior year, right, technically I had all the credits I needed to graduate.
That's the same thing,
Because
too.
I had like some extra. I took like 2 of the same classes like a year, and I passed this one class twice technically at 120%. So they counted it as an extra credit, and that extra credit pushed me where I could technically graduate early. So I got pulled into my counselor's office, and they said, "Hey, you technically have enough credits to graduate. Do you want to go to college?" I said, "Excuse me?" Yeah, of course. Who doesn't want to go to college? I mean, granted, you don't have to go to college if you don't want to, but I was like, fuck it, I'll go to college. So they were like, okay, cool. Pick any 2 classes, you can go to college. I said, shit. Actually, they fucking. I picked 2 classes. I picked a criminal justice class and a sociology class, and they paid for my books, transportation, and for the classes as well. The classes came out to like $1,500, and they paid for my classes. This was a program with the local community college. This wasn't with the school, like the district college. The district college was Albright, so like that was like the, I guess you could say like private college, but like the community college where if like you just pay, you can get in. That was RAC, Reading Area Community College. So I went to RAC, and I was 17 at the time. I graduated at 17, right? So they really did me justice with this. Listen to this, right? So I went to like actual class until around 9:55. After 9:55, I had 2 classes. Those 2 classes was a study hall and lunch.
Down.
So after that, right? Technically, I was supposed to end school at like 11, but my classes at RAC didn't start till 12, and so my classes at RAC alternated. So I would have one class one day, one class another. So I would have sociology Mondays and Wednesdays, and I would have criminal justice Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Friday, I would just be off. So I went to school till 9:55, signed in for study hall, and just walked the fuck home. I just went home. I could go home, chill for 2 hours, right? Because I got home at like 10. I didn't have to start RAC till 12. So I chilled for 2 hours, right? Each class was 1 hour. So I got done at 1. The normal school ends school technically at 2:40. So, boom, I finished class, and then I would just go pick up my younger brother and go home again. So my high school, my senior year was really set up for me to like really just be nice with it. And I think like that's one of the coolest shit that I ever got to do.
Damn, I can remember my senior year like that too. Waking up, going to the college, doing my class at the UNM. Well, yeah, it's called UNM, University of New Mexico, and it's called the branch. We call it the branch because it's a little college. The main college is in Albuquerque. That's where the big one, the big university one is. But yeah, UNM is really what taught me auto mechanic. That's how I got a certification out of it. I really want to do something with welding, so I'm going to plan on doing that with my future. But yeah, and senior year, yep, did that with auto mechanic. Came back to the high school because we spent like 2 hours up there for like the whole college class, then come back down, then I finished like the whole other classes that I had for my senior year at the high school, then finished that. But my senior year was kind of a drag, bro. I was kind of depressed in a stage of a while, but at the end of it, during May, it was kind of happiness from there after that because I met someone. But that's maybe a later on in the story I would actually say and tell, because that is a story to actually say another time.
For another time? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna end it off here because it's been like an hour and so.
Has it been an hour?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Before we end this off, I wanted to implement a segment that we do like at the end of each podcast, Dev. I want to know if you like. I want to call it Hills You Die On. So it's when you state your unpopular opinion on something. So, do you have a hill that you would die on?
Yes, I basically would. I actually do have a place that I actually want to go on, but It could be government ground again. But
No, that's not what I meant, Dev.
Like,
A hill you die on is slang for an unpopular opinion that you have.
I don't know.
Okay, so, for example, the hill I die on is people who don't like mall Chinese food are fucking weird.
Oh.
They're fucking weird. Because you want to know how great it is to just go into the mall with $10 and get like 60 pounds of fucking food? Listen, mall Chinese food is based on quantity, not quality. The food can taste like dog shit, but you got food in your stomach. So what I used to do is I went with like a bunch of people that I knew, like 10 of us. We all put in $1. We paid 10. We got like 4 pounds of food, and everyone ate. Everyone. And people were like, I don't know how you can eat mall Chinese food. Bitch, what's the difference between mall Chinese food and Chinese food restaurant Chinese food? It makes no fucking difference. I'm getting more for my money. I'm getting value. Everybody hopped on the bus. We went to the mall. We bought the food. We all ate good, and we went home.
Yeah. Basically, when you go to different restaurants, you basically get little. But when you go to a Chinese or Korean store, oh my God.
No, specifically the one in the mall. Specifically. Because they all taste the goddamn same. They would be like, they will give you like a mountain of rice, some chow mein, shrimp, chicken and broccoli, bourbon chicken, whatever the fuck you want. And the people who say Chinese food, mall Chinese food is disgusting can die, because it is the best fucking invention since goddamn sliced bread. And I will die on that fucking hill. You got any hills you die on, Dev?
No, maybe
That is
next
a no.
time.
That
Maybe
is a
next
no.
time I got.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. But yes, we will end it off here. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode, and I will talk to you guys all later. Simply Cross out.
All right, y'all heard the man speak. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, please and thank you. And we will try our best.
It will be all down in the description.
It will definitely be. And stay tuned. We will eventually have video, just not now. So hold on.
We're
tight.
waiting on someone right now.
We're waiting on our graphic designer. Arel, get on your shit. We're waiting for our graphic designer to finish up the graphics, and hopefully by the end of that, we'll have some sort of animation so you can see what we look
We
like.
barely got no painting on the wall.
Goddamn. So hopefully by next episode we'll be a bit more professional. We'll be indoors instead of outdoors. We will have our own mics, be more professional, and hopefully one day get video to you.
Like and subscribe.
With that being said, like and subscribe to my man Dev. I am currently not on YouTube, but I am on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at king_angel_26.
And
Make sure you
as
follow
always, DnA.
DnA Podcast. Out.
Yeah.